This Southeast Asian country is a superstar in terms of dishes, beaches, and majestic scenery. Vietnam is usually traveled to by backpackers in a tri-city adventure along with Thailand and Cambodia. Since Vietnam is landlocked with these two countries, they share a number of qualities in terms of climate, landscapes, language, and even transportation. However, traveling and exploring Vietnam on its own is well worth it too. Vietnam has unique features that cannot be found elsewhere. This country is a fusion of all the influences from its colonizers and neighboring countries, which it crafted to make its own identity. Every part of this country offers a new experience different from the previous city, so there will be no downtime. The one problem you might probably have is deciding where to go first in the endless list of choices. To help you decide, you may follow this list of the top 10 places to visit in Vietnam. Number 10. Sapa. If you have rice paddies in mind when you think of Vietnam, then there is no better way to start your Vietnamese adventure than to do it in Sapa. High up in the Hang Linh Son Mountains, this village is usually where trekking tours in the northern Vietnam region start. If the idea of traveling on a bike sounds more appealing, there are mountain bike tours in the village that'll take you through the green rice fields, past some quaint villages, through big rivers and some stunning waterfalls. Check out the markets at the foot of the hills in Sapa and be greeted by a colorful sight of traditional Vietnamese costumes. One of the markets here is Cang Cao Market, which is only 9 kilometers away from China. Some of the vendors from China cross the border on horseback to sell their livestock and other trade items here. They just cross back the border when they're done. However, only they are allowed to do it. No matter how tempting it is, you can't copy them. To enjoy Sapa to the fullest, schedule your trip here around September to December when the weather is fairly good. The village can get pretty hard to navigate during the wet season in the months of June to early September. Number 9. Hoi An. This peaceful little city in the Quang Nam province is a heart stealer. Hoi An draws many tourists because of its famous riverside restaurants and colorful buildings. Not only that, but a trip to this ancient town is also like a walk through a time portal. Pretty much the rest of Vietnam, and the rest of the world for that matter, has adapted to the fast ticking of the clock. However, in Hoi An, traces of the past with Chinese and Japanese influence are still everywhere. The old-style houses are still intact, along with old restaurants, cafes and shops. The best time for a stroll is at night, when you will discover why the town is called the City of Lanterns. It is also the best time to soak in the rich, historic culture of the town. Hoi An City is also Vietnam's textile capital, so don't miss the chance to shop for some silk in the night market and have a traditional Vietnamese costume tailored for you. Number 8. Phong Nha Bang National Park. If you want to explore parts of Vietnam that do not receive that much attention from tourists, head on to the Phong Nha Bang National Park. This park is a UNESCO protected site and is home to some of Vietnam's natural beauty and rich culture. Yet, it's one of the most underrated places in the country. Inside Phong Nha Bang is the Hang Son Doong, the largest cave in Southeast Asia, which was only open for exploration by the public in 2013. Inside, you'll be in awe with a spectacular view of the rocks shining under the spotlight of sun rays. Another cave is called the Paradise Cave that stretches a staggering 31 kilometers and is surrounded by karst peaks. You can explore many other caves in the area on boat trips and guided tours. In some caves like the Hang En and Tu Lan, you can have overnight adventures if you want to take your time immersing in the beauty of rivers and limestones at night. Number 7. Hue. Hue used to be the capital city of Nguyen dynasty, which is why it comes as no surprise that the city has an amazing history. Parts of the past are still found in the city, like the Hue Citadel, the seat of the ancient government. Nowadays, visitors can freely roam the perimeters of this once walled city. Not many tourists are aware of the beauty that is in Hue, so expect that you have the chance to have some parts of the city to yourself when you visit. You can spend hours on end just admiring the amazing architecture of Hue, or have a food adventure with delicious Vietnamese cuisine. You also makes a great stop when you're making your way from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh because it sits right between the two famous cities. Number 6. Halong Bay. A Google search of the name Vietnam might pull up a few pictures of Halong Bay. It's that popular. You can say it is the Vietnamese representative in terms of world-famous destinations. Situated in the Gulf of Tonkin, in the northeast of Vietnam, Halong Bay is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of the new 7 Wonders of Nature in 1994. Tourists visit the bay to see some of the 2,000 islands that are in here. Some of these islands are pretty much untouched. They are uninhabited because of their steepness. Some activities in Halong Bay include taking a cruise to see the islands up close and deep diving into the sea for some meet and greet with Vietnam's rich coral reefs and marine life. Explore the wonderful chambers of the Hang Son Sot Cave or retreat to the Ca Ba Island for a relaxing afternoon. Once the sun sets, you can go fishing for squid or you can have something to munch on for dinner. Halong Bay is so big that you will never run out of things to do. With its 2,000 islands, you will be the one to drop before you get to see the last quarter of them. Number 5. Da Nang. Some travelers just pass by Da Nang in transit to the Ba Na Hills in western Vietnam. Unknown to them, there is so much fun in this little town that requires a few days of exploration. One of them is climbing the Marble Mountains. Probably the best sight in Da Nang, these 5 limestone mountains are home to many Buddhist temples, caves and tunnels. Climb to the peak of one of these rock mountains to get the best view of the city and enjoy some relaxing and peaceful atmosphere. The next day, you can rent a motorbike to explore the beaches and forests of Son Tra Peninsula and swim or surf at Mai Kea Beach. The day after that, you can conclude your adventure with a market tour and a side trip of exploring the tasty street foods of Da Nang. Number 4. Hanoi. Like many Asian cities, Hanoi has emerged to be a bustling city that kept many of its heritage intact. You can explore museums and monuments in this capital city of Vietnam that tell the tales of Vietnam's past. Old churches, shrines and temples are lined next to modern architecture. You can easily spend hours strolling in the boulevards lined with trees or on walking tours. You can also visit the famous Hanoi Opera House or the Hanoi Old Quarter to soak up some of Vietnamese culture. Number 3. Mui Ne. If you crave a humble seaside retreat, then Mui Ne, a coastal fishing town in the Binh Thuan province, should be your next stop. Mui Ne's location is most ideal for windsurfing and scuba diving, while its colorful sand dunes are the best for some sand adventures. The red, orange, white and pink landscapes of the fairy stream is a hot spot for some pretty photographs. If you're on a thrill-seeking side of traveling, Mui Ne is your paradise. Don't worry if you are not into these activities. On the north end of the city are quiet fish villages and ancient structures like temples that you can visit if you want a peaceful stay. Number 2. Ninh Binh. Ninh Binh is one of Vietnam's gems that only a few people know about. While most people flock to Halong Bay, the equally beautiful landscapes of unspoiled Ninh Binh are just waiting for more attention. Limestone mountains dot the vast green fields of Ninh Binh. Its gentle rivers flow freely over beautiful rock formations and lead to the best sceneries in the province, which you can access after riding a boat. With your boatman, you'll be cruising over the gentle water in the middle of mossy giant karsts. Along the way, you can stop by some temples and pagodas. In Ninh Binh, you can also find the site of Vietnam's very first capital city. The ancient village now houses the structures that survived the test of time. If you plan to stay long in the province, humble homestays will welcome you and provide you with a comfortable dwelling for the rest of your trip. Number 1. Ho Chi Minh. Also known as Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City is one of the most important cities in Vietnam. Saigon is most known for its tragic past during the Vietnam War. But more than cultural and historical significance of the city, Ho Chi Minh is also a vibrant and dynamic city. It offers a lively nightlife scene and a wide array of food adventures. While in Ho Chi Minh, do not miss the chance to slurp on a warm, hearty serving of Vietnam's national dish, po. To educate yourself more, you can check out the War Remnants Museum. It was built to educate people about the brutalities of the Vietnam War. Inside are some military equipment like helicopters, tanks, and even memorabilia of the victims of the war. You can also experience some elegant dining on a cruise to the Saigon River while you are surrounded by city lights of the modern Ho Chi Minh. To experience nightlife in the Vietnamese style, you can head on to Pham Ngu Lao Street to grab a few drinks in the popular rooftop bars looking over the dazzling city. When you visit Vietnam, it's up to you how you will spend your stay. It could be in the outskirts of beach towns, at the foot of the mountains, or right in the busy city centers. The nature in Vietnam is undoubtedly stunning. The food is to die for, and the people are really warm and welcoming. What more reason do you need to visit the land of the ascending dragon? I just need your love, 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 love. I just need your love.